Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing coming to you with another tutorial. Today we're going to be making a folded tag with that slides into a sleeve that can either act as a belly band or it can be freestanding. Let me explain, guys. Sorry, not a very good start. So this is my prototype. So basically what I did is I created this sleeve out of vellum, and I just made it the size to wrap around the tag, and then this can be glued on to a page, the whole back of it glued onto a page, or the sides could be glued on. It could be another tuck spot behind it, or it can be free floating and be go into a pocket. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with mine because I haven't started putting my put my signatures together yet. Still working on that. So this is for the Grungy Bee Journal, in case you guys are wondering. But look at this fantastic trim. This is some trim from Hobby Lobby that I heavily coffee dyed, and I also put some gold acrylic ink in it or on it, and then kind of scrunched it up. So that's what we got. So I am going to be using these beautiful papers. I don't know off the top of my head the maker, but I definitely will put it link it in the description box, but hopefully this is going to be short and sweet. My inspiration comes from Venus over at Heart's Desire by Venus. I watched her do a tutorial making this kind of tag with a wrap belly band kind of thing with this die cut section on the front of the tag. So I thought we would go ahead and give it a try. I love the look of it. It adds a little different element to the project. As you can see here, I put some script paper behind here, but and we're going to do something similar in this one. I also have a couple of smaller images from the kit that we might make into some journal cards with the same kind of effect, some die cut accents. So my tag actually measures, before I forget, this tag measures 4 1/4 inches wide by 6 1/2 inches tall. So we're going to continue following that course of action there. And I'm just going to get this tape off of here. And so the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and fold this in half. And this is the digital. I don't know the actual original size of these because when I pull it up on my printer, it's definitely smaller than an 8 1/2 by 11. So I took the image as it was in the digital file and I shrunk it to 25%, and so that I could get it into more of a tag size. Otherwise, it would have been way too big. So let me go ahead and just line this up. And forgive me if I sound croaky or stuffy. I've been sick all week. You know, when it rains, it pours. So I just 2 weeks ago had my second surgery, and then I've been sick all week with a head cold. I work with special education kids, and everybody is sick in the classroom. So that's what she's going to look like. Let's go ahead and make our tag shapes here. Just since it's on my mind, I'm just going to reach and grab my scissors. And I'm just going to use that little trick where you just cut off one side and then use that as your guide for the other side. So you do that and then you flip it over, in case you guys haven't seen that magical thing that everybody does. There we go. I'm trying to get a video done here tonight. Normally I don't try to film. I try not to film when I'm really tired, but some of my up north grandkids are coming down for the weekend, so I want to make sure I get this done before they get here. So that's our tag shape, and we're going to run it through the die cut machine, and then we're going to back it with this paper. So this is from another digital that I purchased. So I just love the grungy look of that. So we're going to use that. So I'm going to pull over my Sizzix switch here, just so you can kind of see a little bit in case you're interested in that part of the process. And I'm going to grab my plates over here as well. So a little crowded. Let me get this a little bit out of the way though. There we go. I don't know if you guys need to see that. Probably not, but I can bring it in because my cord is different today. Might be different tomorrow. So there's my bottom plate. So it's the main plate with the shim, the thinner plate for the thinlet dies and framelits, and then the bottom plate, and then we'll have the top plate over here in a second as well. So if you're doing this like me, you want to open this up before you die cut, because we're gonna, when it's open like that, we're gonna die cut this side. So we want to make sure it's open so we don't cut through both sides. So I'm gonna just go ahead and lay my die down here, and now I'm completely out of frame, guys. Goodness gracious. You don't need to see the die cut machine, do you? So I'm going to go ahead and just lay that. I don't want it all the way to the fold, and I don't want it all the way to the bottom. I want a little bit of stability with this because it's going to be weakened by the die cut. So we're just going to secure it with some washi, like so. Like that, okay? And then where's my other magical plate? Where did it go? Oh, it's underneath. There it is. We'll go ahead and pop that on there and run it through the machine. Okay, here she is. So I'm going to try to save these little pieces that fall out because I think they'd be cool in a shaker. So I'm just going to get those off of there, and I'm just going to pull this off. You do want to be careful if you've used washi tape. Make sure you don't use something that's too sticky. Otherwise it can tear your paper, and that's a bad surprise. So I'm just gonna set that aside. We don't need to pop those out right now. And so there is what we have for our die cut design. Isn't that cool? So let me move my plates and get the machine kind of out of my elbow space here. There we go. And so now what we want to do is we want to have something here to have in that window. So I was thinking to go like that and glue it there. And I'm just a little bit unsure if I want it here or here because I want to be able to have writing space. And I wouldn't personally write on this piece of paper. So I think I'm going to go and glue it onto this side. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm not going to cut it down. I'm just going to glue it on there here in a second. So I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac just because it's my preferred glue. And first I'm going to ink this edge a little bit so that I can see my line so I don't go past that with my glue. So let's just ink the whole inside there. We're a little uneven there in our cut. We can fix that in a bit. It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna open that up, and I'm just going to put glue everywhere, and then on the bottom and this tiny side. The side I will use my Barely Arts glue because it's a tiny space. Now we're going to get the Barely Arts in here to go along this smaller edge over here. I'm not too concerned about getting it on the actual die cut area because I think that's going to be fine. But you certainly could if you felt concerned about that. So I am going to turn this to its side, excuse me, so that I have a good angle here. And let's see if we've got a direction on this. It's a little bit hard to tell, so I don't think it's going to really matter. And I think I want it to go, yeah, let's go this way. Sorry, I'm turning it completely upside down now. And I'm not trying to line it up to the top and bottom. I'm just putting it right here, just like that. Okay, give that a good press. Turn it over. Give it another press, and then that should be good. And we're just going to trim around it with the scissors. I think when Venus did it, she, I think that's her name. Oh, I haven't watched her in forever and a day. I think she left a border, and she used some like craft cardstock, which made it look pretty cool, but I'm using actual digitals here. And I don't really like to leave the border, but that's just my preference. So let's get rid of those bits. Okay, so there we have our little die cut window. Isn't that so cool? Look at that edge though. Goodness gracious. I am going to just take this to my little cutter here just for a second. Pardon me. Actually, my cutter is not liking that, so I'm just going to trim it by hand. I'm not sure why that's. It must have been my fold was uneven. So not to worry. Ink covers up a multitude of sins, so to speak. Let's ink this up. Now this digital is not as grungy in real life. I actually printed it on coffee dyed paper, digital coffee dyed paper, because I really wanted that dark look. And so there we've got a beautiful inside. That's all of it is can be written on. Now we are going to put another piece. I forgot about that. That's what I was thinking. I want to make a pocket on the inside. So goodness gracious, Cara-Renee, you are so forgetful. So we're going to use this other piece and make a pocket on this side. So I wish I could tell which direction those words were. Let's see, that's an uneven edge now. So let me trim that up. Make sure we're starting even. So I'm just going to put this on here like that. Actually, I do need to cut it because I'm going to do a thumb notch. So hold on. Let me go ahead and just get a pencil. We're going to mark that there, and we're going to, I don't like to measure, so I just do this little trick. Oh, that's not going to work. I have to be able to see the top. And right there, I'm just going to cut that really quick. I always struggle when I get over to the cutter. It's like, can I really see my line or not? I don't know. The jury's out. There's our other line. I've got the die cut machine still in my elbow area, so that's why I'm going off camera here with this cutting. So we're going to cut it like that, and then we'll trim off those corners. But I want to make a little pocket here, and that is too wide, so we're going to trim it off just a smidge. You know what a smidge is, don't you? Oh goodness, it happens every time, I swear. Okay, I've got a different cutter that it's got a scoreboard on it, and we've got this funny little end here that doesn't ever want to cooperate. So let me fix it like that. And I'm going to reach over and grab my circle punch. I was ill prepared today. So I want my pocket on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and cut the tag shape here really quick so that I can better see where I want my. Why are we not this tall? Okay, hold the fort. Hold the fort. There we go. That's better. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those edges right there. It's always a bad scene to do it that way for me, but you know, what's life if you don't risk? It's the angle. It's the angle, guys. There we go. So, does not have to be perfect. That's my motto. And so now I can see I want my little pull to be halfway between there in the center of those two ends. So that's the reason why I wanted to do that. Okay, I'm gonna ink this up. Hope you guys are doing okay. It is October the, what is October the 6th, and it was over 85 degrees here in Washington State, which just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. We got a last, you know, hurrah, I guess, of summer the last couple of days, and it's going to be nice tomorrow too, and Sunday, I believe, which is kind of nice. My husband really likes that because he can putz around outside, which makes him a happy man. But yeah, so I came home and it was like so hot in here. I mean, we have central air, but it was turned down. The heat was turned up a little bit more than the normal. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and glue this on, and then we're going to have a little tuck there, which is going to be really adorable. Are we even? We can always trim it if it's not completely even. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to mark this edge. So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to figure out where the start of the tag shape is, and I'm going to glue this whole piece down, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. So that was the wrong place to, no, that's right. So, oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so we're going to do Fabri-Tac up here on the top portion because it's all going to get glued down, and then we only want the edges to be glued on this. So we've already got that edge, so now we need this one. Oh, come on, don't let me down. Don't let me down. My Barely Arts. I have changed back to this because it doesn't get all plugged up. Like as soon as the air hits it, art glitter glue is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So there we go. So we're going to go ahead and put that on, and I'm going to see that that is nice and pushed down. And because I don't want things to slide up into that part, that would be kind of silly. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that little bit of edge that I see showing, like that. Okay. So now we've got a pocket. Now I will put some journal cards and such in there. I think that I had, oh, these were just journal cards, but I'll probably do a little bit of something here. Maybe I'll trim them down so that they can come in sideways. But I'll do that off camera because I want to keep the video shorter. So that is our tag. So you've got this writing space. A person could actually write on this as well, even though it's a pocket, because you could just take the stuff out. So now let's work on the belly band, and then we will be done. Short and sweet today. So here is my vellum that is all crumpled up over there. So I'm going to need to trim it though, because it's a little bit too fat for me. So let me trim it down to, where's my ruler? I think I'm going to trim it down to, what was my other one? Let me look really quick. I kind of liked the width of that. So it was just under 2 inches. So let's do the same with this one. Just under 2. So let me mark that really quick. Let's just do right there. I'm going to just cut this really quick. Okay, this gets flattened out. It's just a little bit upset right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on here, and then we're going to wrap it around. I'm just going to try to get it kind of in the middle here, and then I'm going to wrap it here nice and firm and tight. But the other side, I'm going to leave it a little bit of room because I want to be able to put stuff in the pocket. And, well, that means we can't have anything sticking out, though. I am thinking that I might put a little bit of a pocket here as well. I'd love to have something sticking out of it. I really like that look, but I want to show you the basic construction. So we're going to go ahead and fold this over, and I'm going to leave a little bit. Let me turn this the other way. Sorry. Leave a little bit of room here for expansion. Not a lot, but a little. I don't like mine to be too tight, so I'm just going to do that and give that a press. Okay, and then we can remove that, and then I think I'm going to actually leave all that on just for stability's sake. So I'm going to go ahead and ink all the edges. I absolutely love vellum when it's inked. So there we go. And I just remembered I bought pizza for dinner, and I forgot to put it in the oven before I came in here, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a Friday night. Not a big deal. Now, a person could just do this and have the pocket been over on this side, put or something, and put, eyelets and had it closed with the closure. There's all kinds of possibilities. I just love this look here. I think it's really appealing. We're going to slide that back on, and I just like the grunginess of this paper, so that's why I'm using it. And we're going to go, oh, that's a crooked edge. Let me trim that off. Actually, let's trim some now that we've got the scissors out. There we go. Okay, so now we can go ahead and glue that down. So we are about 1 inch in, so I'm going to use my Barely Arts glue. I mean, it still shows, but I don't know. It's okay. And our other flap. Just give that a press. I didn't get it quite to the edge there. That's going to be a problem. So let me come in and see if I can get some underneath here. My apologies, guys. The evening is upon us, which always gets worse at night. There we go. So there's our belly band. So I was debating on whether or not I wanted to just do the same beautiful trim that I did on the other one. Where did it go? Right here. Because it's so beautiful. But I already have this one, and this one can go in the journal. So I don't need to repeat that, even though I want to show it off to you because I think it's absolutely stunning. But I've got a few other options here. So I've got this trim, which I've used in other projects for this bee journal, which I love. I love that these are not laying, oh, they're coming out. They're not really laying flat. They're kind of crumply. This is coffee dyed as well. So I was thinking we would just put this on here like that, since we already have the other one with a beautiful lace. But we also have this gorgeous piece of coffee dyed material here, which I think is also very, very pretty. Let me see if I can even it up a little bit here and see if I like it better. I really want this coffee dyed vintage stuff in this journal, so I'm a little bit more inclined to use this than the other. So, and I don't mind that other, well, that other edge is going to have to come off because it's going to be too tall. Too tall. Is that too not wide enough? I don't know about that. I do love the scruffy look of it though. I do. Let me slide that off. Take another look at it from the other side. Yeah, I think I'm going to use it. So I'm going to just glue this whole thing, and then I will cut off the excess off the top. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. like so. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on here. Ooh, do we want it to go this way instead? I guess we could switch it because it's neither here nor there. I love that scruffy look. The scruffy unevenness of that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. I don't necessarily like the tiny little threads though. Being all rebellious. There we go. So, but I do want to take this off. So let's do that. I might further embellish these off camera, but I just thought I'd show you the basic idea, the basic construction. I'm probably going to make a couple more or another one of these and work on the tag, the cards. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. I love that it's pointed down instead of up. Let me secure this little itty bitty bit here. So I think I am going to go ahead and just say goodnight to you guys. Again, the goal was to show you how to make it. Again, just voluminous opportunities and possibilities here. I think Venus, she made this into a pocket. So she had her belly band, which I think was wider, perhaps. And then she had a little pocket here so she could stick stuff off the back of it. So I think I'm going to make some more because I think I'd like to explore that option as well. But those are our two tags, and so I will finish decorating them. I'll put some journal cards inside, and I'll show you all the photos at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.